Okay, folks, we're moving on to our NFL part of the section. NFL Week 4.
Cue the music. All right, Casey, let's move on. First game in London this week. We got the Minnesota Vikings heading
to London.
Yeah, versus the New Orleans Saints. My bad. This game is going to be interesting. All the games in London seem to be a little wonky.
Yeah, they are. You don't know what is going to happen in those games. It's like you have a lot of wild shit that happens, it seems like. But let's get into it. We forgot to say the spreads. The Minnesota Vikings are playing the Saints.
In London.
Vikings -3, over-under 43.5.
Yep, there we go. So as I was doing research for this game on the Action Network, kind of checking out some of the spreads or some of the trends, the Jaguars have played so often in London that some of the trends said, when the game doesn't involve the Jaguars, this is what happens. That's what I thought was kind of funny.
Are you serious?
Because the Jags are over there so much.
Yeah, I think they're there next week, or I think they might be the Munich game.
In Germany this year, I think you're correct. So London favorites, which the teams that are favored in London are 18-3-1 straight up and 15-7 against the spread without the Jags involved in any of the games. Which I like. They play there so often. It's like, well, the Jags skew things a little bit, but when they're not involved, the teams that are favorites in London, 18-3-1 straight up, 15-7 against the spread. I like that because I actually think the Vikings. I'll take the Vikings money line in this one. I don't even want the points.
What do you mean? They're 3-point favorites.
I think they're going to win by much more than 3.
So you're going to take them -3 then?
Yes. Sorry.
You wouldn't take a money line.
I get it. I misspoke. I'm human.
You said that so confidently. Like, you're like,
I'm
a big Vikings money line. And you look right at me like...
I don't want the points. And you're like, well, how confident are you then? So, my bad. Early kickoffs. Early kickoff favorites in this game, because this is an early kickoff.
This is a 9 a.m. one.
Yep.
What time is that in London, though? They're, 7 hours in front of us?
We'll read that stat while I look this up. The early kickoff favorites.
Early kickoff favorites are 9-0-1. What does SU mean?
Straight up.
Straight up. 9-0-1 straight up and 7-3 against the spread. The Saints pass rush is mediocre. Well, yeah, they're doing their defense this year.
So 9 a.m. Eastern time is 2 p.m. Thursday.
That's pretty much an early start.
Yeah, so it's a 2 p.m. kick. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I like that. I think that the spread, the trends here favored the matchup as well. Where last week there were some trends that favored a team, but the matchup favored the other team. This one, it seems to line right up. As Casey said, for as good as Dennis Allen and that Saints defense were supposed to be, they've been off to a bad start. They haven't been able to generate pressure like we've seen the Saints defense do in the past. Both Winston and Kamara have struggled with performance and injuries this year, and the Saints offensive line's been horrible. I really like the Vikings' chance of controlling the clock, and the Saints have been so turnover prone this year. They're averaging 3 turnovers per game. I like the Vikings to have an opportunistic day on defense, control the run game and the clock with some checkdowns and running the ball with Cook and Madison. Also, another trend for you, Jameis is 13-23-3 against in toss-up spreads of 3 or less. 13-23-3 against the spread and toss-up spreads of 3 points or less. I don't like anything about the Saints in this game. Give me the Vikings -3, over under 43.5. That's a good number. I don't know.
I'll go Vikings -3 and over.
My gut says the over too. The Saints, although haven't played well.
Over.
There was that game earlier in the year where I think it was the Falcons they came back against. Jameis led like a comeback. I could see the Saints having to chase some points at halftime that'll push like kind of a backdoor cover on the over there. So we're on the same page there. Little fun one for you. Does KJ Osborne get another touchdown this game?
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Yes, he
Ipsy
does.
product.
Yes, he does. I might
Did you
bet
happen
that.
to get a chance to listen to his interview? An 8-minute interview. My girlfriend showed it to me this week. Obviously we love KJ. He's a local product. I can't call him a personal friend, but I do have friends that are really close with KJ. Just seems to be a great dude, super good with the media. And we're rooting for him. So let's get another KJ Osborne touchdown this week.
Moving on, the Cleveland Browns are heading down to Atlanta and playing the Falcons. Browns are 1-point favorites. Over under sitting at 47.5.
Both offenses have been surprisingly good this year. Atlanta is top 10 in both passing and rushing. Shout out to their coach, Arthur Smith. Seems to got Mariota cooking.
Yeah, Mariota's having a good year.
Yeah, for I think he's overperformed. He's not Josh Allen.
Yeah, but from what I thought was going to happen with this Atlanta team, they're surprising me.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So they're Atlanta's offense, both top 10 in passing and rushing. Cleveland is top 6 in rushing and passing. So I don't think you would think that based on how kind of the games have gone. But analytically and statistically, both top 10 offenses in football. Lack of defense by both teams is what the Action Network is calling hard to make them like a sleeper pick for the playoffs just because, they score a lot, but they're also letting up a ton of points as well. To me, Atlanta's rush defense is going to be the biggest mismatch in this game. Falcons are dead last defensively in rushing EPA per play, and Cleveland leads that stat offensively. I think that tandem with Chubb and Kareem Hunt could give them kind of a hard day.
Let me watch this hit.
Yep, 1 second, guys. We're going to watch this hit on Tua because we haven't seen it yet. Oh,
shit. His neck got snapped back.
Yeah, his head hit the ground hard. Yeah.
Holy shit. Wow.
No, so I do think although the biggest mismatch in the game favors Cleveland, just in the sense that they can run the ball and Atlanta can't defend it, I still like the Falcons in this game. I think they find a way to edge it out at home. Cordell Patterson's been an issue for defenses this year. Mariota's playing with a chip on his shoulder, especially with that rookie Desmond Ridder looming, on the bench, waiting for his opportunity. I don't know. Falcons have been a scrappy team all year. I think the Browns are still figuring too much stuff out. I'll take the Falcons in this one.
I'll take the Falcons, and I also love the over.
I'm taking the over as well.
I think there's going to be a ton of points.
Cheers to that, man.
Love the Falcons. I love the over. Love that you're following my pick, though. Moving on. Washington, unless you have anything else to say about this game.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I don't want to follow you anymore, dude. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The Washington
Go ahead,
Commanders.
dude. Come on, dude. Go ahead.
We're heading down to Texas and playing the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are 3.5-point favorites. Over under sitting at 41.5. Cooper Rush season. Quarterback 1. He is going to keep that job all season, I feel like.
Did you see the video I sent you that on the Pat McAfee show about Cooper Rush? They're calling him Cooper Cush.
No.
Because they forgot his name. And someone's like, I think it's Cush. And so Pat McAfee just ran with it. So I guess he's Cooper Cush rest of the season. I love that.
I love that.
Kush. I guess they're calling it Kush because they don't want to say Kush because I guess that could be bad. But whatever. It's Kush.
Kush.
Whatever. What's your read on this game, man?
See, it's like I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, it's one of those things that. Hold on, wait. What's the stat, real fast? Carson Wentz was sacked 9 times on Sunday, and he is an ugly 1-7 against the spread as a division underdog.
Yep.
Cowboys -3.5. I'm also taking the under.
Yeah, I got the under in this one. I got the under later on in one of our picks. I like the under here. I expect, Micah Parsons for the Cowboys is a dog, Penn State product. Kind of, it sucks because I would love to say I wish the Lions would have gotten him last year, but Penei Sewell's proven to be he's going to be a cornerstone right tackle for the Lions for a decade plus. So I can't hate it. He was all over the Giants' backfield on Monday night. Also, Washington's offensive line has been just as bad as the Giants has, as you just said. Wentz sacked 9 times on Sunday. If the Giants can get pressure on Wentz, like other teams have been able to, the Giants should win this game, no problem.
The Giants.
Sorry, the Commanders. God,
the Commanders.
Yeah, sorry.
Wait. Micah Parsons is
a Cowboy. So if Micah Parsons and the Cowboys can generate pressure against the Wentz like other teams have been able to, it wasn't that funny, dude. I just misspoke. I had a giant stat in here. The brain does that sometimes. Go fuck yourself. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Laughing at me, bitch. I can't wait till you stumble across something. I'm about to make you try to pronounce.
Where the hell are the Giants even at?
Right here. Monday. And in my backfield on Monday, Washington's line has been almost as bad as the Giants has. And what I meant by that is because the Cowboys were able to get after the Giants, Daniel Jones, their line is just as bad as Washington's. They should have no problem doing it against the Commanders. The average margin of victory in this game over the last 7 games is almost 21 points. Granted, Dak's been in most of those games. I like fucking Cooper Rush to improve to 4-0 as an NFL starter. I like the Giants to win this, or the... Cut.
No.
I like the Cowboys to win this one. I do have a fear, though, because we talked last week about how Wentz was, I think at the start of last week, he led in yards passed, passing yards in the league. Obviously, the Commanders have played from behind quite a bit. I got to really get these teams right rest of this segment. So my fear is that the Commanders come out, they throw the kitchen sink at the Cowboys, and they win in a shootout. I do think that the Commanders have a better ability to score on offense than the Giants do. I just think that Giants. Oh my God, the Cowboys. Holy shit, dude. Okay. Yikes. We should just move on. I like the Commanders' ability to score the football, but I do think the Cowboys' defense is going to be too much. Let's move on. Tennessee heading to Indianapolis.
Wait. So we put on the fuck that you're
No. This is things to add to the show. I'm gonna write every time I say the wrong team. I'm gonna flash the right logo on the
screen. So we're both going with Cowboys minus 3.5.
Yeah, I got Giants minus 3.5.
And what about the over/under?
I got the under.
Okay.
I said that I was a little fearful of the under because I do think the Commanders' offense has the potential to score points. I just think Micah Parsons and that defense is playing too well, and they got.
Oh my God, that was fucking.
I can see why no one wants to listen to us. This guy doesn't even know what team he's talking about.
Oh my God,
man. I'm just so defeated after that.
Oh, I'm crying.
I need a drink of some nice Jameson. Thank you for not sponsoring us yet, but future sponsors. We've already been in talks with Jameson. I've sent about 3 emails. They haven't responded, but like Greg Norman and Live Golf, you got to start somewhere. We might just start paying them for advertising. Well, I guess we already do.
Oh my God, that was so funny.
Well, you think it's funny when I fuck up? Are you?
No, I tried to I tried to correct you, and then you just kept on fucking up. That was that on me. You just.
Dude, my face is so red. I'm hot. I might need to walk away.
My God. Ooh.
Unbelievable. Okay, now I got nothing else to say. Take whatever you guys want from that whole fucking thing. Whenever I said Giants, I either meant the Commanders or the Cowboys. I'm not sure.
So the Tennessee Titans heading to Indiana to play the Indianapolis Colts. Colts are 3.5-point favorites. Over under at a disgusting 43 points.
So I got a question. Does it bother you when I do the intros of these games and I say Colts minus 3.5 instead of just saying favorites at 3.5?
No, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay, I was just curious. Because we say it a different way.
No, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Just want to make sure. So you hate the over-under in this game?
Yeah, it's a stupid number.
So I think this is a pretty important game for both teams, the Titans and the Colts. I think both.
Good job.
Thanks, man. Yeah, appreciate that. Got it right. Both teams pretty much looked out of the AFC battle at the start of the year, but kind of got it back on track with ugly games, but wins nonetheless last week. Both teams are built around this old school run game, but they just haven't been that good this year due to underwhelming offensive line play. I think everyone thought the Colts were going to have maybe a top 5 offensive line in football following the last couple years. I think Quentin Nelson's like PFF's highest rated offensive lineman the last couple of years. He's been a stud. The Colts just look like they're in shambles. Titans haven't been great. But I do have some other trends here. Indy's line has played really bad, as I said. Matt Ryan's been even worse. Titans have passed the ball well. Maybe Tannehill can be the difference maker in this game. Treylon Burks, rookie receiver for the Titans, also playing very well. Last year, Tannehill had 6 touchdowns against the Colts, and the road team has won 6 of the last 7 in this rivalry. As an underdog, Tannehill is 33-39 straight up lifetime, but he's 11-7 as an underdog with Tennessee. However, Mike Vrabel, head coach of the Tennessee Titans, is even better. 18-7 against the spread as an underdog of over 3 points, and is 17-8 straight ups in those games with 102% return on investment on the money line in those games. Don't take or always take Vrabel as an underdog. It seems it just fucking pays. Road division underdogs between 3 and 7 points have covered 56% of the time historically. I'll take Titans. I like Titans minus 3.5 or plus 3.5. Sorry, you didn't know that stat, did you?
No, I wish I would have known.
That's what I'm here for. He puts the show sheet together. I add the info.
Whoa. Okay, I can't add info because my work blocks out every Action Network.
Could do it on your phone and disconnect from the Wi-Fi, but you know.
No, dude, my connection sucks in Saline, Michigan. Saline, Michigan sucks with connection.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't have a rebuttal for that one.
No,
Saline, my 5G sucks.
It's horrible. It takes forever to load, and it takes me 20 minutes to look at one game.
All right, so let me run that through one since you're thinking about it.
No, I wish I would have known that spread or those stats before I did my pick 'em, because I would have picked the Titans.
Yeah, I like the Titans in this one. Just to run it back through for the listeners, if I don't get lazy editing, I'm going to try when I throw these stats up to like put them on the board, because I know it gets complicated reading them because it's a lot of words. But just to throw it up there, Vrabel's been very good as an underdog. He's 18-7 against the spread as an underdog of over 3 points, and he's 17-8 straight up in those games with 102% return on your investment if you bet the money line. And then additionally, road division underdogs of between 3 and 7 points have covered 56% of the time historically. That's all time. I love Tennessee in this game. I think the Colts just have too much to figure out. I said it at the beginning, or I think it was last week when the Titans played the Raiders and both were 0-3. I said I think both these teams are better than the record suggests. The Titans had a run the last 2 or 3 years under Vrabel where they've been in the AFC championship game. They've been competitive. They got off to a slow start. I don't think their season's dead, especially in this division. I think this is a big win for the Titans on the road. Give me the Titans plus 3.5. Over, under, probably the under.
Screw that. Fuck 3.5. Give me Titans money line and the under.
Love that.
Let's do this. Moving on. Chicago Bears playing the New York Football Giants.
In New Jersey.
Giants are 2.5 point favorites. Over under sitting at a whopping 39.5.
Okay, so this is a wonky stat or a wonky trend, but in the last 20 years, teams playing on a short week, 6 rest days or fewer, after playing either the Giants or Jets in New York, are 9-20 straight up and 5-24 against the spread in their next game. Just keep that in mind.
Okay.
I shouldn't have, that stat's not for this game. Ignore that stat.
Yeah, I was going to say you could have used that next week.
That's not for this game. That's for another game this week. Excuse that. Cut that. You want to just redo this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on. So the Chicago Bears are heading to New Jersey and playing the New York Football Giants.
In New Jersey.
The Giants are 2.5-point favorites. Over under sitting at a whopping 39.5. What are your takes?
So isn't it kind of hard to believe that one of these teams is going to be 3-1 after Sunday?
Yeah, you would have never thought that.
No,
you would have probably thought that these two teams were probably competing for their first win.
Yeah, so Action Network had a funny-ass quote when I was trying to get some reads on the trends for this game, and it started off with being like, if you told me one of these teams was about to get their third win in the final week of December, I would have believed you.
Literally.
So I read that, and I didn't think anything. I said, wait, did that say December? I'm like, oh, yeah. So he's thinking that they wouldn't have had 3 wins until halfway through the season, or almost the season's being done. I agree with that. I love where the number's sitting at for the under. Both these offenses have to prove something for Vegas to get that over-under past 40. I will say that I have the Bears here. I have Bears plus 2.5. I think that there's 2 major advantages for Chicago in this game. Their defense has been solid. It's going to be the best unit in the game, and that should generate plenty of pressure on Daniel Jones. They also have been great at running the football. The Giants have been awful at stopping the run. I expect Montgomery and Khalil Herbert to have a day. Hopefully, Justin Fields can get on track. I like the Bears improving to 3-1 here. I don't think the Giants are that great. I do think Saquon's having a great year. I expect both teams to run the shit out of the football, which I think will lead to a lower scoring game. Could see a lot of settled field goals in this game. I don't know what the total rushing total is in this game, but I'd probably take over what the number's at. I didn't have a chance to check that, but I expect rushing yard to dominate this game. I like the Bears. I think you're on the opposite side, though.
Yeah, I love the Giants minus 2.5, but I also do love the under.
Yeah.
So I am Ryan. You said you love the under too, right?
Yeah, I'm taking the under. Yeah.
So
they got to prove. Both offenses got to prove something. You know what I mean?
Yep. So I am right. I don't think either team averages 20 points a game. I think they both average I think one averages 17, one averages 18 or something like that, or 18 and 19.
Yep.
So Giants minus 2.5, and I'll take the under 39.5. Anything else on this game?
I would just say the only thing to look for is last week, backup running back for the Bears, Khalil Herbert, kind of surprised a lot of people. I think he was one of the top scoring fantasy running backs last week, hardly rostered. I did pick him up this week. Just some coaches, some teams will roll with a hot hand at running back. If a guy's hot, they just feed him. I think David Montgomery's a fine running back in the NFL. No problem with him. Just an eye on that 2-back tandem for the Bears just might be a little bit much for the Giants to handle. Another game that I would say, if this was a game, if you had to pick this game and almost any other game on the schedule, you're probably picking the other game to watch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I agree with that.
I do have one question for you though, just because it is the North Division. Are you worried about Justin Fields yet? Or do you think he's just in a shit situation?
I think he's in a shit situation. I mean, dude, he doesn't have any protection. He doesn't have – don't back up. Back up. Back up. I don't think he has anyone to throw to. His running backs suck. I just think he got put into a horrible
Yeah, they're
situation.
a bottom 5 roster as far as talents-wise is concerned. I don't know. I know that I say that and I'm like, well, why are you picking them? I don't know. I like the Bears in a scrappy one.
Well, they're both shit teams.
Yeah.
Moving on, the Jacksonville Jaguars heading up to Philadelphia. Philadelphia playing the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's where they play. That's correct. Yeah. Eagles minus 6.5, over under at 45.5. I think this could be the game of the week.
I could see that. I could see that a lot. I mean, the Jags are playing really well.
They have the league's number one run defense.
An ex.
Yeah, he won the Super Bowl. He won the Super Bowl there with Nick Foles, Big Dick Nick.
This could be a little bit of a revenge game for him. I'm not saying the Jags are going to win, but I can see the Jags covering the 6.5. I'm going Jags plus 6.5, and I also love the over in this game.
Well, you just copied me, so that's fine. But I know I didn't get a chance to speak first, but that's who I was.
So how are you gonna say I copied you? I got my words out first, so you're just saying that because you want to copy me.
because I'm reading down editing notes. I think so. The
No,
Jags have
you
the number
copied me.
one.
You just copied me.
I haven't even spoke yet.
You had a chance to speak. You had your chance, and you didn't, and then I took over and gave my side, and now you're just going to follow my footsteps like you usually do.
Dude. Are you good, dude?
I mean, after going 1-9, 2 weeks ago, you just trying to ride with me, bitch?
Are you saying my turnaround is because I'm following your lead?
Yeah.
That's patently false.
Give your take on this game.
So the Jags, to some surprise, the Jags have the number one run defense in the league this year so far. We know what the Eagles like to do. We know the Eagles like to get Jalen Hurts out of long third and down situations. Hurts obviously going to use his legs. I think the difference in this game is Hurts being a mobile quarterback. You have to contain him. I expect them to spy him the whole fucking game. What killed the Lions, they had the receivers bottled up. It was that Hurts would break containment, and then you know how that works. When you got receivers 40 yards downfield, you got 15 to 20 yards to work with if you can break containment. If the Jags can contain Hurts, I could see the Jags win this game straight up. I'm not kidding. I think the Jags are not nearly as bad as people think. They got Trevor Lawrence playing like a potential MVP candidate in the future. Maybe not this year, but he looks very, very good.
He looks really good this year.
The Jags are the only team to rank top 5 in both offensive and defensive DVOA. For you stat nerds out there, you analytic nerds out there, Jags are a good football team. They're playing like a good football team. I love Jags plus 6.5, and I love the over in this game. I don't think Doug Peterson's going to be scared to pull some shit out in this game, especially against a team that fired him shortly after winning a Super Bowl. Eagles also riding really high. Everyone's calling them the darlings of the NFL, future Super Bowls, future Jalen Hurts, MVP. I think this is a week where the Jags prove something, but also the Eagles get humbled a little bit. Like I said, I like the Jags money line, but I'll definitely take the points. Regardless, I think the Eagles get humbled. If the Eagles do win, it'll be like a last-second field goal where they're like, holy shit, man, we almost lost to the Jags.
Right. Yeah.
So I think, I like that. Also love, like I said, the over 45.5.
Yeah, I could easily see the Jags winning this game, but I'm not that confident.
Especially on the road, that makes it a little bit more difficult. But I think the Jags have the mentality of we're not supposed to beat anybody. We're the Jaguars. And they're showing up and punching people in the mouth. That defense is legit. What a pass.
That was a great pass. That may have been a dagger.
Yep. That just probably sealed it. I mean, they got to hold him to a field goal here and go down and convert.
If they hold him to a field goal, they'll be up 8.
Yeah. Since he's up 20-15 with 2:50 left, and they're in the red zone now after a beautiful throw from Burrow to Jamar Chase down the sideline there. So if they get a field goal here, they go up 8. If they get a touchdown, game's over.
Yeah, game's over at that point. So we're both going Jags plus 6.5 and the over 45.5.
Yep. Copying me again.
Wow. Even though you copied me the entire night, I never copy you. You ride with me. You just look at my show sheet.
Real quick,
my notes.
Yep. All right, guys, moving on to the next one. New York Jets heading to Pittsburgh to play the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are 3.5-point favorites. The over-under at 41.5. Casey, what are your thoughts?
Zach Wilson is back in this game, so who knows how the Jets are going to come out, how well
they're Is that even an upgrade from Joe Flacco? I think so. I'm not out on Zach.
I'm not out on Zach Wilson. I mean,
dude, man, I love football.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
You just don't know about this guy. You don't know what he's going to bring to that table and what he's going to prove. You know what? I'm going Steelers at minus 3.5, and then I'm going to go under 41.5.
So the Jets are an extremely pass-heavy team, and that kind of plays in the strength of Pittsburgh's defense. They have a great passing defense. Their secondary's played well all year. Steelers are 0-6 straight up without TJ Watt. That makes me a little nervous, but Zach Wilson's 2-5 against the spread on the road. And that's what he was as a rookie. He hasn't played this year. So as a rookie, he was 2-5 against the spread on the road. And Pitt's no easy road trip. I like Steelers minus 3.5. Over under. Probably the under. Yeah.
Under.
Probably the under. Yeah.
Even though I love betting overs, it's just dude.
Yeah, that's tough.
You just have to be realistic.
And Zach Wilson's gonna throw an interception in this
Ball
game.
Bengals win. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean probably it's not over, but there's a minute 52 left, and they're gonna go up 13?
Right. Some Nick Chubb situation could happen.
Yeah, yeah, he could ruin it.
Literally, they
He
scored.
should have just taken a knee.
He scored with a minute 54 left.
Yeah, but the Bengals do have a timeout, but I don't know. Dolphins probably get their first loss season. Bengals looking good, man. Back on track.
Back on
Gonna
track.
prove your whole method wrong.
They ain't making the playoffs.
I like Pittsburgh minus 3.5. I'll take the under, like you said. I think Wilson's gonna be a little too turnover prone. With as much as the Jets like to pass the ball, I'll take Mike Tomlin in this one.
Nice.
Who do you think would win in a fight, Mike Tomlin or Robert Saleh?
Saleh.
Or Saleh?
Robert Saleh. I think he will beat this. I think he could go toe to toe with Dan Campbell.
Saleh?
I think so.
I don't know. Mike Tomlin looks like he might fuck.
I think he could fuck someone up. I just think Saleh's a tougher man.
Those are probably two of the top 3 guys you'd want on your side. Top 4.
Vrabel.
Okay, we'll say top 5 then.
Top 5, yeah. I would say
Vrabel, Campbell, Saleh, Tomlin. Probably top 5 coaches you want on your side to fight.
The Buffalo Bills heading to Baltimore.
Sorry, go ahead.
So the Buffalo Bills are playing the Baltimore Ravens at Baltimore. Bills are 3. Excuse me. So let me restart that. Sorry. Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills heading to Maryland and playing the Baltimore Ravens. Bills are 3-point favorites. Over under sitting at 51.
The under seems low to me.
This does seem really low. I'm going to smash the over, and honestly, I'm going Ravens money line. I know it sounds crazy that like this Bills team is going to lose 2 in a row. That's pretty much what I'm saying right now.
Is that what you're saying right now?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The fucking Ravens are going to win, so Bills are going to lose 2 in a row.
So teams coming off a road game in Miami are 57, 79, and 4 against the spread. It's only 41.9%. A $100 better would be down almost $2,500, making Miami the least profitable previous road city in the past 20 years. Yeah, so that trend favors you. I also like the Ravens in this game. I think Lamar is playing too well. I don't expect Lamar to lose a shootout to the Bills like he lost a shootout to the Dolphins. It's a huge game. Probably should give us an idea of who the MVP frontrunner is going forward. That's between Lamar and Josh Allen, obviously. Buffalo was short 5 defensive starters on Sunday, 4 of those in the secondary. Probably going to need the injury report before I place actual action on this. Need to see who's playing for Buffalo in that secondary. If they start Khalil Elam and some of those other, I think he's a rookie. They got a couple other like younger guys that filled in. Not confident. I'll take Ravens at home in this one. I love the Ravens +3. Also love the over. Could be a shootout.
This is definitely going to be a shootout.
Also uncertain as of Sunday what the weather's going to look like. They are East Coast, which will be like a lot of the East Coast is going to see a ton of rain following Hurricane Ian. I'm not saying it's going to be tropical storm weather in Baltimore, but you could see some overcast and some rain clouds following that.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not certain. I'm not certain what the weather's going to be. So I will say if the weather looks dry, hammer the over. If it's going to be wet, whenever it's rainy, don't play the over.
Yeah, smash the under.
So, getting sleepy, dude?
It's been a week, man.
I know. We're almost done.
We're good. I'm good, man. I'm going to push through it.
Like I said, take an eye on the weather report. Also take a look at the injury report before making a pick.
Gucci. Moving on, the
Los Angeles. Sorry, go ahead. Just trolling you at this point, dude.
Go ahead.
Moving on, the Los Angeles.
Bitch. The Los Angeles Chargers heading down to Texas and playing the Houston Texans. Chargers are 5-point Chargers are 5.
What'd you say?
I said Chargers.
The Chuggers?
That's what
the fucking Chuggers?
So let me restart this. The Los Angeles Chargers heading down to Texas, playing the Houston Texans. Chargers are 5-point favorites. Over/under sitting at 45.
I have a confession.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
hate. This is going to go in Tyler's hate category. Over/under's at a clean number.
What do you mean a clean number?
When it's just like 45 even. Something about it always rubs me the wrong way. There's something about it. I don't know. It's just like it's like
something about you trying to strip me and you ain't being able to strip me.
Injuries. Chargers left tackle Rashawn Slater out for the year. Also waiting on injury news for Corey Lindsey, J.C. Jackson, Joey Bosa, Keenan Allen, and Justin Herbert. Can't touch this game until I know who's playing for the Chargers.
I was just about to say that if all these guys are like, even if they're still like questionable on Sunday, if they're still a little banged up, I might roll with Houston +5 here.
Houston's been competitive all year. Lovie Smith obviously knows what he's doing down there. Houston's a young, hungry team, ready to prove people wrong. I'll be honest, the Chargers haven't looked fantastic all year. I think there's no dispute. They're on paper the better football team. I don't think there's any disputing that.
Well, if everyone's healthy, I'm hammering Chargers -5.
I agree.
But if these injuries come and the game is in Houston, I might lean Houston +5. I would wait until Sunday to see the actual
injury report,
and if it favors Houston at that point, go with Houston +5. If not, then I would if Justin Herbert's healthy, Joey Bosa's healthy, Keenan Allen's healthy, and all these guys are coming back and playing, I would hammer Chargers -5. If not, I would go Houston +5.
Yeah, going forward for the Chargers, their left tackle, Rashawn Slater, being out all year is a big deal. He's a fucking stud. And, that protects Herbert's blind side. And with him already being banged up, I expect Houston to, if Herbert plays, I expect Houston to try to bring as much pressure as they can on Herbert. He's not as mobile. I mean, he's not, I wouldn't consider him a mobile quarterback, but he can make some plays with his legs. Just like Rodgers isn't a mobile quarterback, but he will scamper for the first down. Herbert does the same thing. It's almost one of those games. I know in the NFL it's so hard to win. You can never just concede a week, but it's tough to imagine you being the Chargers coach and not saying, let's just sit everyone, get everyone healthy. I will take our chances against what should be a bad Texans team and go out with what we have. But honestly, it's the NFL. Guys can play. They want to play. They got to reach their milestones. Like if Keenan Allen gets, let's say, 100 catches a year, he gets an extra $100,000.
Yeah.
Guys want to play for that kind of stuff. It's tough. I wish we were able to do these and turn around the episode fast enough where we could have the injury report. That's just unrealistic. It's not possible.
Oh, no, not at all.
So, yeah, guys, I would just take a look at the injury report. If people are hurt, I'm with Casey. I lean Texans +5 and the under if people are hurt.
Yeah, definitely.
Moving on to the next game.
You must love this game because you have a ton of notes on here. The Arizona Cardinals
love this game.
Playing the Carolina Panthers. Panthers are 1.5-point
favorites.
Arizona Cardinals heading to Carolina and playing the Carolina Panthers. Panthers are 1.5-point
favorites.
Arizona Cardinals at Carolina Panthers. Panthers are 1.5-point favorites. Over/under sitting at 43.5.
Yeah.
What is your shitty opinion on this game?
The line feels backward here to me. It's funny. Got my ass. The line feels backward here to me. I'm heavy on the Cardinals. If I had $100K, I'd put it on the Cardinals to win this game. No doubt. Here's some reasons why. So despite the Panthers' win last week, their offense played terribly, and they were outgained and outplayed by the Saints' offense, minus the Saints' inability to turn over the ball. This is our last chance, folks, to bet on Baker and Matt Rule as favorites. Matt Rule's 3-10 against the spread as an NFL favorite. Failed to cover 7 times in a row and lost every single one of them. In fact, Matt Rule's He's failed to cover and lost every single time as a favorite. Matt Rule, the coach of the Panthers, has lost and failed to cover every single time as a favorite. If you blindly bet against Matt Rule every time he was favored, you'd net a 71% on your return on investment. You'd be up a lot of money. Baker Mayfield's 11, 22-1 against the spread, also failing to cover in 7 straight and losing 5 out of those 7 outright. Kingsbury is horrible as a favorite, but he's 19-9 and 2 against the spread as an underdog, including 6-0 against the spread and straight up last season. It sounds like Kingsbury's an auto fade against elite coaches, but he's been nearly unbeatable as an underdog in spots where coaches are just mere mortals. I consider Matt Rule not an elite coach. So, I don't know. Excluding games against Super Bowl winning coaches, Kingsbury's a perfect 11-0-1 against the spread as a dog, including 9-2-1 straight up, a whopping 108% return on the money line. Let me say that one more time. Excluding games against Super Bowl winning coaches, Cliff Kingsbury is a perfect 11-0-1 against the spread as an underdog, including 9-2-1 straight up, and that's 108% return on the money line. The Cardinals have a blitz crazy defense. I think this is a perfect matchup against a QB that's been dreadful against the blitz in his career in Baker Mayfield. Carolina then plays the 49ers, Rams, and Bucks next. Once they lose this game, they'll fall to 1-6, and we won't have another chance to bet against Baker and Rule as favorites. Bet against Baker and Rule as favorites this week. I love the Cardinals in this game. Don't know even why they're underdogs. Carolina hasn't proven anything. Their one win, they were outgained significantly against the Saints last week and somehow pulled it off. And I think that without the 3 or 4 turnovers the Saints had last week, the Saints win that game. So I love the Cardinals here. All the trends say hammer the Cardinals. As I said, Baker, Rule suck at favorites. Kingsbury, great as an underdog. I love the Cardinals.
Yeah, you sold me. I'm switching my pick. I'm going Cardinals money line.
One more time.
Going Cardinals money line.
Love that. I love when I do research and Casey can think like a logical human being for once and go, that actually makes sense. Because a lot of times Casey's like, oh, fuck that.
No, I pick from my heart. Research and heart.
You got a big heart, dude.
I do have a huge heart. But yeah, I love the Cardinals money line here.
I'm glad that you decided to go that. Over under 43.5. That's a tough one to pick because Cardinals have proven their ability to score points, but they just start so slow in so many of their games. I don't think Carolina's going to score enough points here. So I like the under only because I don't think Carolina's going to be able to put up a lot of points.
I'm going to go over because I can see under. Arizona Cardinals money line under 43.5 because I can see the hurricane possibly affecting this one.
It could. That's another one where I have a note here just to keep an eye on it. I was on weather.com. You know you're down bad when you're on weather.com when making picks.
Weather matters. Especially,
no, I know it does, but I'm just saying that
if you're talking about a game that's possibly not going to have rain in it, I'm going to go over because I can see this game being a 24-21 type of game, and that's 40.
That's over.
That's over by a half a point.
Yeah. Now, as we're talking about it, I'm leaning more towards the over, but I will say this: Casey's right. Keep an eye, right there, NFLPA talking about.
Player health and safety is a core at the union's mission.
Player health and Jesus Christ!
I started reading. I was like, "Fuck! I'm not gonna get through it." So let me try and hurry up.
So the NFLPA tweeted after Tua's injury that player health and safety is the core of its mission, and basically that they're still researching a potential protocol violation last week where Tua was brought back in the game. I know we keep bringing this up, but I'm telling you, man, if it comes out that Tua shouldn't have been in this game, the Dolphins will be in a heap of trouble. The NFLPA does not screw around, with that kind of stuff. Back to Atlanta or Arizona. I can't start that again. Arizona Cardinals at the Panthers. I was on weather.com and it does seem like I said earlier, that rain from Hurricane Ian, horrible name for a hurricane, moving up that East Coast could affect this game. But even so, man, I like Kyler's ability to make plays with his feet. I'll take that all day. I'm a big Baker guy. I like him as a person. He just might not be a very good fucking quarterback. I don't know if it's a system. I don't know what's going on. they've looked out of sync. Besides one long, like 65-yard pass touchdown on a screen last week where the receiver did most of the work, they looked abysmal on offense. Give me the Cards, man. I'm telling you, I like the Cards in this one a lot.
I love the Cards too, and over under. Wait until the weather comes out on Sunday to make your final decision on that.
Next game, New England Patriots heading to Lambeau Field to play the Green Bay Packers. Packers are favorites -9.5. The over/under sitting at a cool 40.5. I got quite a bit of notes on this game as well, Case.
Nice, I can see that.
What are your thoughts before? Do you want me to give you? Do you want me to try and change your mind, or do you want me to give my thoughts and see if it changes your mind?
No, I think we're both on the same side here.
So Pats are as high as 11-point underdogs this week. Some books have them up to 11. We got them at 9.5. I did see them at 11.5 earlier this week, and it came down a little bit. This will tie their biggest spread over the last 20 years. Mac Jones is out, so the sky is falling for Patriots fans who thought they had their guy. It sounds like that's one of the worst high ankle sprains the Pats trainers have seen in a long time. I don't know if you saw the pictures. He looked like he was in a ton of pain last week.
Oh, yeah, when he was coming off the field, he looked like he was in a lot of pain.
Yeah, I won't throw that picture up there because I don't like to exploit people like that. He didn't look right. I mean, he was on 2 or 3 people's shoulders. I think there was 2 guys he was underneath, and another one was behind him. It looked like he was hurting. So he's out this week. The line started at Packers -6 and jumped to 8.5 by the end of the night. And on Monday, it moved all the way to 10.5 as a response to Jones's injury. Came back down to 9.5. Brian Hoyer steps in for Mac Jones. He's a steady veteran backup, in my opinion. And this is another Bill Belichick underdog spot. Before I get into all the Bill Belichick trends, let me hit you with this. Green Bay's run defense ranks dead last in DVOA, which sets up a perfect underdog script. I expect the Patriots to run the shit out of the ball, pounding it relentlessly with Ramondre Stevenson and Damian Harris, I think is their other guy. I expect Hoyer to hand the ball off over and 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 over. And then here
over and 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 over.
Yeah, I expect the Patriots to run the ball quite a bit. And here's some trends for you just going into the week, man. Belichick as an underdog, 30-17-2 against the spread. Belichick is more than a 6-point underdog, 6-2 against the spread, 3-5 straight up. Belichick as an underdog after a loss, 11-1 against the spread, 7-5 straight up. Hoyer as more than a 5-point underdog in his career, 8-3 against the spread. And underdogs as a group or just all underdogs with totals below 41 since 2018 are 9-3-1 against the spread. Road double-digit dogs before Week 11 since 2003 are a whopping 133, 99, and 6 against the spread. Packers are not that explosive on offense, and I don't know that they're going to have the chance to run away and hide in this game. I expect a low-scoring game with both teams playing slow, running the ball all game. I just feel like we've seen this game a million times from Belichick.
Oh, no, yeah. And I am going with the Patriots plus 9.5. I think they're going to keep it close, like you said. I think they're just going to try to run the ball down the Packers' throats. I also love the under in this game, so I'm going Patriots plus 9.5, under 40.5.
Yeah, I'd take both of those.
Thanks for riding with me again.
I give you all the things. I'm telling you,
Thanks
this just feels like a
following me. If you just want to choose all my picks, I can just tell you, man.
Shut the fuck up. Dude, it's already 11:30. We just gotta get through this before I kill you.
I'm trying, and you're just. I mean, you just want me to go through all my picks.
No. Dude, I'm not worried about the time. It's fine.
Jump on the bandwagon with me.
I'm
follow everything I do.
It does feel like this is a game where Belichick's. I mean, I would not be surprised if the Pats won this game straight up
because I feel like he's gonna take this personal.
Yeah,
you said this is the worst. Excuse me, worst spread in 20 years?
Yep.
Yeah. I can see him just taking this a bit personal and proving a point, saying that like you'd never say that you're going to be a double-digit favorite pretty much, because that's pretty much what they're saying right now. With it being at 9.5, is saying that they're going to win by double digits. So I love the Patriots plus 9.5 and the under in this one.
You know what I also think is a wild stat from this game? Belichick, as more than a 6-point dog, is 6-2 against the spread, 3-5 straight up. That means he hasn't been more than a 6-point dog 8 times in his career.
That's insane.
That's fucking wild.
That's insane.
Yeah. So,
moving on.
Moving on, guys.
The Denver Broncos playing the Las Vegas Raiders over
in Las Vegas.
Dude, stop doing that. You're just gonna make this go longer. The Denver Broncos playing the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders are 2.5-point favorites. Over under sitting at 45.5.
Trends love the Raiders as a winless team playing for its season. Home team in this rivalry had won 9 straight until the away team won two of the last 3. Denver has the better defense. It ranks top 3 in fewest points and points allowed. Under is probably the play here. I don't really have an opinion either way. I like the Raiders minus 2.5, just because their season's on the line.
Yeah, I like the Raiders minus 2.5 and the under because I think the Broncos are frauds. I think they suck. I think Russell Wilson is washed. I think that something's going on in Denver that is not good. I think their entire organization sucks. Fuck them.
Whoa.
Fuck them. Fuck Russell Wilson.
Easy language.
Sorry. Screw Russell Wilson. Screw the Denver Broncos. Raiders minus 2.5. Under 45.5.
Do you think Bryson DeChambeau is this is a better way to put it.
Russell Wilson is the football version of Bryson?
Yes. Did you see that tweet?
I didn't see the tweet, but
yeah,
I agree with that.
Dude, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I saw it got tweeted out, and I started to think about it, and I'm like, yeah, both superstars, both good at what they do, but it's so hard to like either one of the guys because they come off so phony.
Did you
and
see the
fake.
video? Since you brought up Bryson, of like him doing that rope video
where he was like video will be on screen, don't worry. Yeah.
Went under the thing, got all happy.
He had like 7 people there clapping for him. It's like, dude, I get you're leaning into it. This is 2 weeks removed. That you should have done that the day after.
Yeah, like you literally should have done it the Monday after the tournament.
Yeah, and been like you waited so long to do it that now it's just like
you blew it.
Yeah,
it's over now.
It's just as cringe now as it was when it happened. If you would have done it afterward, I'm like, that's funny. He realized that he looked like a jackass. But now it's this late. It's like, what? Someone in your marketing team was like, hey, this will be a good idea. Dude, it's too late. Like, no one cares. You look, I don't know. They're both phony to me.
You look like an idiot now.
Yeah. I think the under is the play here. Again, I'm a big believer still in the Raiders. If they win this team, I'm fucked for my Super Bowl prediction.
Yeah.
And according to your algorithm, I'm already fucked.
Yeah, you're already fucked. Raiders are out of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, or out of the playoffs.
Out of the playoffs. Yeah. Out of the playoffs. Moving on, unless you have anything else to say about this.
No, you're good. Yeah, there's not much to say, man. Both teams have been very underwhelming.
The game sucks. That game's not going to be fun to watch. But the Kansas City Chiefs heading on to Florida and playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Chiefs are 0.5 point favorites, pretty much just a pick 'em. Over under sitting at 45.5. This is the Sunday night football game.
Brady is 7-2 straight up and against the spread after a loss with the Bucks. So that must just mean he's 7-2 straight up. I don't know. I must have.
No, it's to both. Still both.
Oh, to both. Yeah, so he's 7-2 straight up and 7-2 against the spread after the loss with the Bucks. When Brady is listed as an underdog after a loss, he's 13-3 straight up and 15-1 against the spread in his career, and he's 10-0 against the spread in the last 20 years. Just tells you how long he's been playing. Not sure if this game's going to be moved or not. At the time of the show sheet,
they weren't.
Yeah, so at the time of the show sheet, they were going to move it to Minnesota, and then I heard today or maybe yesterday that it's not going to be moved. It will be played at Raymond J. Stadium in Tampa Bay, which is wild to me. But I guess Tampa did get the worst of it Wednesday, Thursday, and today. The whole Tampa Bay was drained. The hurricane sucked out all the water. Just want to give a shout-out to all my friends and what have become family at the Bilmar in Treasure Island, Florida. Joey from Bilmar, talked to him yesterday. Sounds like they're good. They only lost power for a little bit. Plenty of food, water stocked up. Treasure Island didn't get hit. We're going to be able to go back to the Bill Maher next year. Should be good. Tampa Bay's mayor was pretty worried about that. I mean, weather's scary, guys. Not to get on a sidetrack, but I just have a lot of friends down there and was a little concerned about them. But yeah, it sounds like it's going to be played there. Not sure what's up with the weather. It could still rain. I know that, which I don't know if that matters here or not. Also, not sure who's playing for the Bucks. Not sure if Julio Jones is going to be back or if they're still going to be just rocking with Russell Gage and Cole Beasley.
Oh, Mike Evans is back.
Evans will be back. Offensive line issues still for the Bucks. This is a tough one, man. It feels again that this is some Brady bias with the spread. Same as last week heading into Pittsburgh.
This is one of those things. I mean, just like the 2 games before this, the Belichick one. I'm trend lead. The trends lead towards Tampa. You never bet against Brady after a loss. I'm riding with the Bucks money line here. Over under, I would wait until we know.
I got to know about the weather.
Yeah, I have to know about the weather just because, like, if it's gonna rain, I'm going under. Who knows? I might go the over if it's gonna be a nice day. But until I know what the weather's actually gonna be, I'm not touching the over under. But I love the Bucks straight up in this game.
I'm on the opposite side of you. I think the Chiefs win this one.
Surprised.
This is one where I know the trends kind of favor Brady in this one. Not sure in year whatever it is, 20 something with Brady, 23 maybe. Not sure who he's gonna be throwing the ball to. I know he's got Evans back, but man, they're banged up over there. Kansas City coming off a tough loss against the Colts. I like Mahomes to rebound. I like the Chiefs money line. And again, wait for weather. If the weather's fine, take the over. If the weather's not great, take the under. Chiefs are the healthier team here, and I typically like to pick the healthier team in games like this where it's so close. Never like picking against Brady at home, but give me Mahomes and the Chiefs money line.
I like that. Actually, I don't. You went up beside me. You're an idiot.
How'd you do last week?
What's your record? Thank you. I'm still a better record than you. The Los Angeles Rams playing the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers a 1-point favorite. Over under sitting at 42.5. And this is the Monday night football game.
Yeah, so Kyle Shanahan has dominated Sean McVay 8-3 against the spread, 7-2 as an underdog. And he had won 6 in a row until last year's NFC Championship game collapse. This time, however, Shanahan's the favorite. As a favorite, Shanahan's 15-26-1 against the spread. Don't love that. Trends seem to favor Los Angeles Rams. 49ers are obviously without Trey Lance and Elijah Mitchell, but they're also without their best player, left tackle Trent Williams. This will certainly affect their rushing attack. Plus, Rams have been very, very good this season against the run. McVay is 68% against the spread as a division underdog. Both defenses are better than their offenses right now. Rams are the healthier team. Give me the Rams and the under.
Same.
Wow, just copying me. How the tables have turned.
Yeah,
how the turntables.
I'm with the Rams here. I think they're gonna win straight up, and then I also love the under in this game.
I just think they're the healthier team. It's hard to bet against the healthier team.
Yeah, that's my whole thing too. And I don't think that whole was it Sunday night game, the Broncos 49ers.
Oh my God, Garoppolo looked horrible.
That was a shit show of a game.
It's 11-10.
Yeah, so
it's fucking horrible.
So that's more of a reason why I'm going with the Rams.
It's also one of those things like the trends and the matchup favor the Rams, so I'm going to take the Rams.
Yeah,
trends favor them, matchup favors them. Take the Rams.
Yep.
So, last game of the week.
Oh, you want me to do it? The Seattle Seahawks heading to Detroit and playing the Detroit Lions. Lions are 4-point favorites. Over-under sitting at 48.
Love the over.
Love the over in this game. And I want to say Lions -4, but I just don't fucking
read that third line there.
I just don't trust them. The third line, 1, 2, 3. What Lions favored as 4-point favorites, first time in 26 games, a record in the Super Bowl.
Which is funny because they were initially favored against the Commanders, but by the time the game came out, because of all their offensive line issues,
it was like
it flipped. Yeah. So this is now the first time, barring something changing, that the Lions are favored in the Super Bowl era. Record, not the first time, first time in 26 games, which is a record in the Super Bowl era. Lions are 3-0 against the spread to open the season. First time since 1992 the Lions have been 3-0 against the spread to start the season. The Lions offense has been the talk of the NFL through the first 3 weeks. Goff and Geno Smith. This would surprise people. Jared Goff and Geno Smith are both leading top 12 passing offensive this season. The Lions have the 7th best passing offense in the NFL, and the Seahawks have the 12th. I know we're early on. I still think that would shock most people to find out.
No, 100%.
The Lions' overs are 3-0 at almost 63 points per game. Dan Campbell, Lions head coach, has covered 10 of his last 12 games, but Campbell has also never been an NFL favorite. I don't know. Both teams will probably score. You have to trust the Lions defense for a cover. I like the over 50 or 48 in this game, and I also love the Detroit Lions team total over 27.5.
I like that. I like all that. I like Lions -4.
I'll take Lions -4 plus the over.
And I also like that little extra thing you put in there, the Lions team total
over
27.5.
Do you like that?
I like that. That's
so
good.
So I'm doing my job. I'm doing
You're doing
research.
You're doing an all right job.
Well, that concludes our picks of the week. That was kind of
includes our not our picks of the week. That includes our NFL
week
section.
4.
NFL week 4.
Is it week 4?
It is week 4.
Yeah,
in the
week
NFL.
4.
So
dude, guys, I will say it's really hard to keep track of like how the college week's 1 week ahead. I have to triple check my notes every time to be like, do I have these right? Is it already week 5 college? Is it already?
Right.
Because there was one time where Casey had him wrong in the show sheet, and it was like NFL week 3, college week 2. He just had him flip, and it was just like I'm reading it, and my mind's just in a pretzel. I'm like, I can't, man.